And we're back. 24-hour live stream status. Thank you all for being here. Number 10. Using Ableton Note and making a project on your phone. Do you guys know those videos? The scary videos? And also, how's the redirect thing working? Are you guys able to find the next stream easily? Or is it a little difficult? Brush teeth? I'm about to. dolltr's going to take the lead at the beginning here, and then I'm going to freshen up, and then I'm going to come back better than ever. I might even floss, because you all kind of shamed me earlier about flossing. How often do you floss? Is it No. You floss every day? Would you like to do it? No. Of course I could floss every day. People not floss every day? We were talking about it in the chat earlier, and it does not seem like people floss every day, but it does seem like people wanted to judge me for not flossing every day. That's all I'm saying. Okay. What do we need for this to work?
Oh, airplane.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure we have everything.
Is that right?
That's the TV.
Is that okay?
Yeah. It's not a secret.
I wasn't sure.
Look at that. And now we can do this like a stream. And they're hearing the sound. Yeah. It's just coming out of the speakers a little bit, which is fine. I'm not going to bleed. So you can switch. It's just on you now if you want to like improve it up.
Yeah, sure. Great. So I kind of like pause that. But great, everybody. So before we begin, right? Thank you so much. I think it might be cool to show y'all a video. I think it might be cool. Sorry, I realized I wasn't up on the mic. Before we begin, I think it might be cool to show y'all a video of what all of the folks concerned with Ableton related products have been very excited about over the last couple of weeks. Or really, how long has it been since this? Last week, right? Yeah. So quite sudden. A surprise, but a nice one for sure, because I think something that was, always coming up was like, okay, will live be ever, available on mobile devices and so on? And it was a very tricky question to answer because, as you probably know as well, live takes up so much CPU, right? But as of last week, Ableton, the company, formally released an app called Note. So we're going to just take a quick look at the intro video to Note, and then we're going to explore a couple of things. Yeah, cool. Cool. Thanks. Okay, cool. So we're going to take a quick look at that. Let me see if I can show y'all the screen. So here we go. Is this going to be the right one? Let me just move my laptop over. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Great. So check it out. Here is the intro video for Note. This is on the Ableton YouTube channel in case anyone is interested in following along. Diva, will we be doing another Note giveaway? Yes, that's kind of what this stream is for. That's an excellent question. So at the end, we're going to be giving away some Note licenses, which are actually just like codes for redemption. So maybe a little bit of a preface too, right? Let's check out what the good folks at Ableton are summarizing for us. So Note is a playable iOS app for forming musical ideas. So I think that's one thing to kind of think a little bit about too off the bat. It isn't the same as Live. That's why it's not called Live. It's called Note. But it's just a really great place for sketching. I've been really enjoying... Oh, hi, Goop. I've been really enjoying using some of the, demo projects and so on just to kind of explore a little bit of what it's about. Oops, sorry. One sec, everyone. The cat. No, sorry, Goop. Sorry. Okay. She was very close to the Red Bull. Oh. So let's take a look at Note. Here we go. that is Note, my friends. Yay! Yeah, so saw some really nice comments come in. Thanks everyone for sharing. Shannon Palmer says Note is super fun. Been trying to make at least one sketch.
Ableton Note is an iOS.
Yes, okay. We're actually gonna maybe take a quick look at this too. It's not the entire video. Maybe it's not so much, but maybe I'll put this link. Can I put this link in the chat potentially? I think I might be able to. Like if I go to TAETRO's channel. Yeah, okay, great. So I'll put the link in the chat. Don't want us to. Yeah, okay, great. So I'll put the okay. I knew that was gonna happen. But I'll put this link in the chat so that folks can listen to it. And I'll just make sure that I'm muted. So there is the full kind of like link for a lot of the info about Note and so on. But yeah, it's really great. It is indeed very convenient. Matthew Majors is asking, are you the only one streaming? At the moment, yes, because TAETRO is freshening up. We're kind of taking turns a little bit at the moment. But yeah, we've been kind of going back and forth. So if you've been tuning in, you'd probably have known the answer to that. But anyway, no shade at all. As TAETRO says, peace and love. So it is really convenient. The only thing I guess I would say, which homework etc. noted, is that it is indeed only for iOS or iOS devices at the moment. So that means like iPhone, iPad. Not yet for Android, but hopefully in the future, right? I think like one, especially, and this is I'm not just saying this because I'm an Ableton certified trainer. Like Ableton stuff is great, but I do think that having Android support eventually will be wonderful, because I have so many folks who don't use Apple products, even on the more side of live itself, as opposed to just notes. I have so many students who use Windows computers, PCs, and being able to have live run on those computers has been really helpful, as opposed to DAWs, like for example Logic, right, that only run on Apple devices. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's see. Canna Club Chicago, do you have the app? Yes, because as the title of the stream reads, we're starting a beat in the Ableton Note app. So presumably we should have the app. So yes, we're gonna do that. Especially because it says we're gonna start in Note and then we're gonna finish in Live. So yeah, presumably we have it. And like I mentioned just now, for the folks who just joined us, welcome. We will be giving up some Note codes at the end of the stream. So please stay with us if you're able to. Let's see. I'll see if I can maybe touch on a couple of these as well. Yeah, so the note about, Android and so on. Let's see, right? So what we'll try to do now, here we go. Yeah, doing a beat and Note, except we don't have it. Anyway, something that's good about this video, though, I don't know, I'll maybe show you just the intro video part of it, which we'll also take a look at in Note as well later on. Are people familiar with Elephant? I don't know if people know Elephant. He's not paying me to do this at all, certainly. But if you look up Elephant without all of the vowels, Elephant is wonderful. He's also another Ableton certified trainer as well, and he has these wonderful tutorials and videos. You know Elephant, right?
Live device called Tape, which is like tape emulation.
Yeah.
But with like live devices.
Yeah. Super cool. If you ever check out like his Instagram, I love looking at Elephant's Instagram.
It's like so exciting.
So pretty. Look at this. Okay, and anyway, the reason I bring that up is because Elephant is the one who, was in charge of mainly doing this video. And he's a really wonderful educator as well. So that's the link that I put in the chat earlier on. So if you do have a chance, feel free to go ahead and check it out. He's really great. Yay. So now, indeed, we have Note. Someone asked if we have the app.
Have the Note app?
Yeah.
Of course we
Anyway,
have
sorry. Anyway, some shade perhaps. I've adopted your phrase.
The question
Peace and
is,
love.
do they all have the app?
Ah,
And if they
yes.
don't, do they want to win?
That's
a
true.
code for the app?
You might win a code for the app at the end. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, TAETRO and I are gonna just kind of trade off between one another and see how things go. I should also mention this, right? Like I mentioned, like we said just now, Note actually just got released earlier last week. So there are tons of things that we are also trying out and seeing if it works. If we have time, I briefly mentioned this just now to TAETRO too, but we're going to see if we can try to do something that's called Link. If you've used Link before, feel free to let us know in the chat, but it's a really neat other protocol, also made by Ableton. So for example, Ableton makes things like Live, the software, makes Push, the hardware. Link is the protocol that will, or the type of, program, if you will, that will let you wirelessly connect computers if they're on the same Wi-Fi network, or in this case, wirelessly connect, let's say, two people on different phones who can then kind of do a jam together. We haven't tried that, so we're going to see if we can. We're also going to try, and I'll see if I can use a non-note app. So for example, there's a wonderful free app on iOS that is called Launchpad, that's made by Innovation, that I love using with my kids. So I usually will bring that up because it can also do links. So we'll see if we're able to do that later. Fingers crossed. In the meantime, though, I'm going to start trying to show you a little bit of what Note looks like. So let's see if this works. And I think it will. Yes. Yes. Yay! Okay, great. So here's Note, everyone. This is actually kind of what it just looks like off the bat. Right? You open it up. If you look at the icon itself on Note, when you pull it up on your phone, it actually looks very, very much like the Ableton Live icon, except instead of the word live, it has the word Note because that's the name of it, right? Now, something else that is pretty interesting here too, right, is with Ableton Cloud, this over here, this is something that is new to the latest version of Live, which is Live 11.2.5, and it will let you upload, or rather download, things that you've uploaded to Ableton Cloud. Ableton Cloud being this new kind of like cloud-based system where from your phone you can upload it to the cloud and then download it in Live. So that's why the premise of this particular stream that we're doing is start a Note, upload it to Ableton Cloud, and then download it on your computer and finish the idea in Live. That's the process that we're going to go through, right? So you can have sets uploaded to the cloud. I don't have any yet because we're going to do that now, right? And also there are some sets that you can have that are local to your device, which are these demo sets. We're going to start with one of them. So maybe on that note, right? On that note, wow, we're going to be so punny. It's like how we're already very punny with Ableton Live, right? Like Ableton Live versus Ableton Did, Ableton Push versus Ableton Pull. There must be these things, right? So anyway, Ableton Note versus, I guess, Ableton, I don't know. Anyway, so folks, I know, right? we're a little bit delusional. That's all right. So folks in the chat, if you could help us out, please choose one of these, or we'll take whichever suggestion comes first. We have these three options: Castellar Ray, maybe, and then Yeah, and Juicy Tuesday. So if anyone would like to suggest one of these, we will go ahead and take a look at a demo live set. Cool, Diva, thank you. We'll take the first suggestion, which is the top one. Let's take a look at this. So a quick preview is available if you click on the play button. Let's see what we're getting ourselves into. Nice. And let me know if y'all can hear that, I think, hopefully. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, well, actually, maybe very quickly, since we can preview these, right? Let's listen to all of these. So that's the first one. Here's Yeah. Ooh, and then it kind of goes around, right? Okay, here's Juicy Tuesday. Yeah, Juicy Tuesday. Cool. So this is kind of funny. I know we said at first that we wanted the first one, and then after that we wanted like the third one, but it sounds like most people or some people in the chat are saying that Yeah is probably the best. So why don't we do Yeah, everyone? Let's go for Yeah. So let's click on Yeah over here. Also, I should say at the moment, right, I have this thing on my phone enabled where if I touch it, you'll see me where I'm touching. So hopefully that should work for the stream. So here is Yeah. Now, if you check this out, right, you can scroll from left to right. So it's kind of similar to really how session view in Live works, right? So if you take a look at these different rows, each of these would be corresponding to a scene inside Live. Each of the columns are then an actual track, right, that you take a look at with different types of instrument sounds. If we want to play an entire row, or actually we can play an active set of clips at the moment. Let's see what happens if we just go ahead and press the play button on the bottom right. Anytime that you see that sideways triangle, that usually means to play something, right? So let's go ahead and play. That's that preview we heard just now. Excellent. Nice. Cool. Let's take a pause right there. Now, something you just saw me do, right, was I clicked on this button over here, and it suddenly brought up numbers. So this is, excuse me, the part that's a little bit different from live, where scene launches, scenes being entire rows, are located on the right of live, right? But inside note, it's on the left, but that's okay. They have the same function, meaning that each row that you have is going to correspond to perhaps a different section, right? So if you're thinking about things like your intro, your verse, your chorus, and so on, that's what each of these rows could potentially be for you to organize these things in. Let's investigate a little bit though. I'm going to go ahead and launch scene number 8 because scene number 8 has no clips in it, right? So when you launch an empty scene, it clears all of the active clips. And let's try to identify what sounds are in which specific track. So here's the very first one over here. Cool. So we got some drums. You'll notice that as clips are playing, stop buttons in the same track become available. If a clip is not playing in a given moment, then these are plus buttons instead for you to add more clips. Great, so we got drums. What's here? I think I know what's here, but yeah. Some like higher percussion sounds. Cool. Excellent. How about this one? Nothing here yet until the end. So we'll wait until the end, everybody. We will be patient. Let's see. Ooh, fill. Fun. Okay. How about this one? Nice. Some synth bits. Some non-diatonic synth bits. Cool. And then how about this pink one? Or purple. It's pink, I think. It was just grayed out. Cool. Bass is here. And how about this? There are the yes! We have found the yes, everyone. Here they are. And last one for now. Some more synth bits. Cool. Great. So now we know exactly what we're working with, which is great. Let's see what happens if we just take a listen to, each of these scenes. And okay, I just saw some questions come in. Sorry, just keep my eye on the chat as well. Yeah, it's kind of, I think after we picked yeah, everyone was like, yeah, we agree with yeah. Can a Club Chicago, can one just start with a kick? You can start with anything that you would like. It's your composition, right? It's your sketch. Later on when we switch up, TAETRO, will you be doing the original composition? Yeah, okay, cool. So TAETRO's gonna do the original set. This is let's figure out how to actually use note though first before you actually do anything. Gotta take a look at this, right? Anyway, point being, let's see what each of these sections are. Here we go. Here's scene number 1. Oh, hello. Hi. So maybe, let's see. Sorry, one sec, everyone. I need to remove the cat. Sorry. Cool. Maybe this might be the intro, right? And then let's go to the verse. Yeah. Nice. So got some drums in this one. And then maybe this as well. Perhaps there's like a second part of the verse, right? Where more stuff comes in. Got the bass coming in, which is our pink clip over here. And we've also got some additional percussion come in. And then perhaps this is a build-up of sorts. Start to introduce some new elements, right? And then here we go with the chorus, number 5. And this is where the yes come in, so that's cool that they are here. Let's let this play twice, because maybe the chorus is a little bit longer. And perhaps the next section, which has less things, is either verse 2 or a breakdown. Let's find out right now. Nice. Cool. And the final scene, number 7. Maybe starting to build up again towards the chorus, perhaps? Let's do the chorus, scene number 5. So we're almost even doing a performance of sorts, everyone. After this chorus, let's start doing our intro. Let's stop all the drums. Just synths and the yeah sample. And then just yeah, and the bass, we're gonna stop both of these. Yay! There we go. Great. So we just did that entire thing, actually, just playing around with existing clips, creating our own performance, but you're able to kind of improvise around, choose different combinations that you can play at the same time as well. And oh yes, if folks need to jump off, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you again in the later stream as well. Diva, are you pressing the numbers on the left and the play buttons to get those different rows to play? Yes, indeed. So I mentioned this just now, right? But you should be able to see that on my screen, there's this like white dot. Whenever I click on something, that's when I'm actually like, whenever I'm clicking on my screen and moving that around. So like, for example, like this, at the moment, that's where the white dot is. So yes, if I wanted to launch an entire scene of things, that would be to just click on the scene. Right, but let's stop all of that. Cool. Now, something else you might have noticed too, especially for folks that are able to, or that have already some versions of Live, for example, what you're able to do is have things still quantized to the bar. Right, so that means that you're able to, kind of match that and so on. If I don't need sorry, I just saw. Oh, yeah, Steven, yeah, no problem. It's all good. I know there's like a delay of the chat and so on, so that's okay. CJ, does the app rotate? That's a great question, and let's try it out. The answer is unfortunately no, it does not, right? So it's still here for now. But it's, well, I guess it would be better. It could be good if it were to rotate. But at least for sketching ideas, I think, for me personally, I think I prefer like the portrait view. But yeah, maybe it would be nice to have it rotate. I don't know. Let's see. But let's close this up right now. Close up this view. So that is the basic session view setup, if you will. And let's take a look now at what these actual tracks are, right? But some of y'all might even be able to guess. I'm wondering if folks who, maybe some folks who have seen Live work, you may notice as we scroll through these top parts over here that we have some little, things that you use, like little icons. Any folks want to guess maybe what these icons are? This could potentially even have been part of our trivia later. But yeah, any guesses? These are, as a hint, these are representing different types of instruments in Live. But they're kind of like different categories of stuff. These little icons at the top, like this one over here, this one over here. There's 3 variations. This one here. Oh, yes, audio or MIDI. That's a great guess. Well, for the most part, right, these will actually be the specific types of, instruments for in a more, creative type of setting for drums, synths, and different kinds of like sample-based types of things. So yeah, that's pretty much on the nose. Let's see, for example, though, what it sounds like when we actually try to work with a sound like this, right? So in our first track, we had some really cool drums, like some basic mid and low drums. If we click on the instruments at the top, this is equivalent to a drum rack over here. So there's a couple of different types of sounds that you have. Woo, there's all the sounds. Woo, right. I just recorded in a bunch of stuff. Woo. But what we can do now is we can also start to think a little bit about, let me just put this here. Oh no, good. Okay, she's fine. Okay. She's pulling on my socks. Ah! Oh. No, it's fine. It's all good. I think she just enjoys my socks. Okay. That's fine. It's because my socks have minions on them. So, but anyway, back to this, right? By clicking on any of these knobs and kind of like, ooh, no, sorry, go, no, please let go. Oh dear. Oh, I think it's maybe stuck on her. Oh, okay, no, shit. Okay, okay. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Sorry, with the cat, everybody. Okay, so back to this, right? Once you're here, you can start changing different kinds of effects. You can start also working with individual sounds. For example, I can select a specific hi-hat that I may want to change, or like a kick drum sound, different kinds of pads over here. As a lot of traditional, drum sets go in Live, this one starts with 16, so that's kind of the default setting. So just now I think there was a question about, oh, can you select certain things or not? Yes, you absolutely can. You can totally do that, right? So something that you can also do, which is very similar to how certain kinds of effects work in Live, is that you can also add things on a per pad as well as a per kit type of basis. So you'll be able to kind of swap out different sounds. You can change different parameters. These correspond to macros that you might see inside Live. So that is our drum rack. Let's pause this and let's take a look at this next one over here. And this one's a specific type of synth, right? So back to this. Let's actually do that bass sound, because that was kind of neat over here, which is the pink track, right? Make this a little bit louder. Yeah, cool. Sweet. Now this one's interesting. I'm going to pause that for a moment actually, because unlike the drum rack situation, right, we don't necessarily have a clear 16 pad, but this is something that is perhaps even more familiar to folks who might know a bit of push, maybe. And even if you don't know push, that's totally fine as well. But the way that this layout works is that it works a little bit like a note grid, right? So you can set a certain kind of, pad to play a specific note, like woo, there we go. And you could potentially even add that on. So this is something that I didn't mention just now, but you might have noticed that as I started to drag around, Note was actually recording my movements, and it then prompted me with the option to actually add a clip, right? So let's just see what happens if we do that. I probably won't save this because I don't want to, destroy the project later on, but you can then create a clip. There it is. There's our new bass clip. Of course, we can also undo that, right? Or we can also redo it if we decide that we want it back. So you have these pretty standard options that you're also able to choose that would also be available to you in live. So the reason why I wanted to show that is because there are indeed similarities between the two. I should also add though that I didn't show y'all this just now, so maybe I'll switch my camera for a bit. Let's see if this one works. Is this one working? Yes, it is. Yeah, okay, here. So I'm just trying to make sure that y'all can see it. Okay, so what was happening just now, right, is I was just doing this. I wasn't even like specifically doing anything, but I then wanted to capture whatever I had, and it just did that. Okay. I'll make this a little softer so you can hear me, but something that was pretty interesting, or that is interesting in this case, which you might notice, is that I have actually multiple notes in some cases, but you only hear the bass playing one, and that's because it is a monophonic instrument, right? So you can only play, some of these instruments are built that way because that's pretty much how they would also be in the context of, yay, thank you, Mr. TAETRO. Mr. TAETRO has brought coffee. Yay, thank you. Are these the ones with the coffee ice cubes? Oh my God, what a revelation. So everybody, this is important, right? But it is. It was revealed to me that, oh no, my phone just went out. Okay. It was revealed to me by Mr. TAETRO that if you have coffee and you put in ice, my brain is so frozen. I was gonna say if you have coffee and you put it in ice cubes. No, if you have ice cubes and you put it in coffee, the ice cubes should be made of coffee too, or could be made of coffee, and then you get more coffee. So cool, right? Okay, anyway, you learn new things every day. I know most people probably knew that, or some people maybe did, but it was new to me. So that's it. Okay, back to this, our bass part, right? Let's undo that because we don't want to do it, right? But point being, you can also do the same thing with different kinds of adjustments by making, okay, if I want drive, right, to change, all that I'm doing right now is a very similar motion. Okay, need to switch back the camera. Is a very similar motion to how a lot of changes in live work, right? Typically, when you're changing a parameter inside Ableton Live, it's clicking on a knob and then dragging up and down, right, to be able to do that. So that's something that you will be able to also do. There's different types of effects, right? So this kind of also mirrors a bit of how in live you have different types of devices. It's worth noting though that, and this is something that when I first tried using Note 2, kind of ran into a bit of a wall of sorts. Because it's not a hugely developed interface for the entire live set, you can't have, let's say, an infinite number of effects, right? So taking a look at this, for example, there's only 2 over here. If you go over to most of the preset instruments in live, like for example, our yes, right? You'll see 2 effects that are loaded up. In this case, the yeah clip has the delays and reverb on it. So here we go. There's some delay. And then reverb being the second one. But any of these parameters can be adjusted, right? So there you go. You can add that as automation. Yeah, it is. Maybe, oh, my hand is not far in front enough. Sorry, I'll show people how to do that one more time. Yeah. I'll show y'all how to do that again. Because I can undo, yay! Okay, great. So if I want to change, for example, the amount of dry wet, I can do that. Click on add, and the automation has been added in. Which is fun. Great. Let us pause that. So now it's saved into this existing clip. And that's pretty much a really great way to start getting into the groove, if you will, of being able to put these different ideas together, right? Being able to play them. If you want it to control levels, you also have control of that over here at the bottom of Note by clicking on this little icon over here. And you'll be able to, switch between different kinds of volumes, right? Per each of these, you can also do things like mute tracks if you would so please. Solo tracks as well. So all of that is available. Now, something else that is also worth mentioning, which I alluded to just now, right, is that Note is constantly, if you look at the bottom right, still kind of tracking the time for you. And that's actually how it starts to play everything in time, right? Something that someone mentioned to me when I was doing a bit of let me switch this over. Something that somebody mentioned to me when I was doing a bit of a Note rundown for them is like why this happens. Usually that's the way that launch quantization works by default in live. So Note kind of mirrors that as well. It tries to wait for the bar to start and then have all of these clips launch at the same time. Is there a way to disable that? Yes, there is, but that's in live. And for the most part, what we don't want is that to happen. Reason being that if you start doing your own customization for time and so on, you may get to a certain point where you have all of these clips going and they're not actually quantized to a standard clock, right? So sometimes I will say that sometimes I use inside live, I turn off launch quantization if I'm doing perhaps a more ambient piece, right? But in the case of something that's a little bit more conventional, where it's sticking to a groove, like in the case of Yeah, which is our demo project, we don't want that to happen. So it's really in our best interest to have that launch quantization. Great. So let's head over here. I'm going to undo that parameter toggle thing that I did for the Yeah bit because I think I may have messed it up. Let's also unmute the drum fill track, and let's also head back over here to the main view, and then I'll change the view of my screen as well. So here we go. Okay, that's great. Now, something that I haven't managed to show y'all yet is a little bit of how Note works with regards to global settings, right? So that's something that I think might be worth. Oh, sorry, I just saw something in the chat. BandLab, yeah, some people brought up BandLab as well. I like using the BandLab app too. It kind of depends a little bit on the situation. I feel like in terms of DAWs, everyone kind of has whatever they gravitate towards. So use whichever DAW works best for you. That's like the motto, if you will. But anyway, back to this, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the launch scene section again. So that's this bottom button over here. Lowest icon. Let me try my best to get this in the shot as well, the overhead. And if, whoops, I overshot that. We're going to launch the entirety of scene number 5. And then I'm gonna show you some global settings. So here we go. Here's scene number 5. Let's make the volume a tiny bit softer. On the top right, there are the global settings. We can turn on a metronome if we want to. Right. You can also change the tempo as well. What if we bring this up? Anyone have a suggestion for tempo? Yes, White Whisker Musica, welcome back. We are still here. Anyone have a suggestion for tempo? Let's see what we can do. We'll take the first suggestion. 140 from White Whisker Musical. Let's see what we get. Woo! We can do that, or we can also, scroll over here. Maybe we're gonna go into garagey territory. But yeah, let's also do like 120. Maybe this works more as like a, classic kind of like breakbeat type of thing. So here we go. That's pretty nice. I like it. And of course, you can also tap, right? So let's say we want to go back to the original. Something that's closer to that. Nice. Yeah. I actually kind of like it a little faster than the original. Original was 87. I think 90 something was 93 is pretty nice. Kind of like a casual sort of thing. Something else you might notice here too. Key and scale. So I'll just bring the volume down, but things are still playing in the background. Something you may have noticed just now earlier on in the stream, everyone, and if you didn't, if you just tuned in, welcome. I just saw a couple of the numbers bump up. So welcome, everybody. We are talking a little bit about an intro to Note, which is the new app released by Ableton. So I'm just giving you a quick walkthrough. Welcome, welcome. When you take a look at the global settings, right, for the projects that you have on Note, you can set your key and your scale. So this is actually very similar to how push works, and also similar to the oh my gosh, I had a total brain fart. Not enough coffee yet, everyone. That's why that's here. What was I going to say? Oh yes, okay. Settings in Live 11, because you have things like scale, and you can fold to a very specific scale. So that's one neat place. When I was playing that bass part just now, right? If you scroll back into the screen where I was like randomly just clicking around, the reason why everything was set to the very specific key is because you're clicking around and you're able to drag around based on all of the notes of that key. So because we set this to E minor, everything is then going to be in the key of E minor. You have a couple of selections for scales over here. These are pretty much the exact same scales that you would also find in live and on push too. So it's quite like a similar type of situation. Cool, I just saw some questions come in. Let me see if I can get to them. Matt Fish, how many times can the app undo? That's a great question. I think... Yeah, TAETRO just chimed in and said, how many mistakes are you going to make? I think it kind of depends. I haven't tried this out myself, actually, so I don't know the maximum number of times. But I would say this. Because when I've been playing around with Note, right, my ideas have always been, okay, with the goal, okay, let's do a quick sketch, and then let's figure out how we get it into live. I haven't really found myself needing to undo too much, because I think this is something I mentioned as well just now, not just now, but yesterday. Oh my God, in a stream. That we did yesterday. We've been doing this for which hour are we at? Who can say? If someone could tell us what hour we're at, that would be great. We started at 5 p.m. PST yesterday, and we are here. So okay, we have 7 hours and 15 minutes to go. Thanks. So we still have a bit while to go. But back to what I was mentioning, right? Yesterday, during the stream, I talked a little bit about how sometimes when we undo stuff or when we're making music very quickly, we feel like we're not, we're not good enough to, do something or whatever. But, oh, sorry, TAETRO, quick question for you. I think... Oh, I see. Sorry. No, it's all good. Then carry on. No problem. It's okay. Cool. Thank you. Thanks. Sorry, wasn't sure. Thank you, everyone, for quick pause. We had a tech thing. Okay, but what was I saying? Sketch, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes. Okay. Undo because you're afraid of making mistakes. Embrace it, right? Embrace it. Make all the mistakes that you want. Do it, mess around. If you don't like something, right, I would almost challenge people to like keep it in a sketch, because you never know when you like it. And sometimes I think you can always run into the risk of just trying to create things again and again and again. Not saying that if something is wrong, you shouldn't edit it. But I think if you're obsessing about how many times something can be undone, then maybe there's a better way to position that question. So anyway, back to this, right? A couple of other questions, actually. Let me see if I can catch those as well. Let's see. Ooh, Timothy Morgan bought this app the other day and have to test it out. Yes, it's so great. It's like I said, it just came out last week, so a lot of folks are just also trying to figure it out. We're trying to see how it works. There's a wonderful tutorial from Elephant, who's a fellow Ableton certified trainer that I put up earlier on in the chat. So if folks want to check that out, you can. It's also on the Ableton YouTube channel, so you can feel free to head over to youtube.com/Ableton and you can check that out as well. Oh yes, my phone keeps going off. Here we go. Let's see, other questions. Yes, hello everyone, greeting, welcome to the folks who have kindly been with us for a very long time. Anyway, time for coffee. Woo. Okay, cool. Yay. Okay, that's slowly getting better and better the more coffee we consume, ingest. Anyway, so back to key and scale, we're done. Export audio. Now this one is pretty interesting, right? So when you export the sequence, what this will do is that the ordered sequence of scenes will be exported. So you don't necessarily play this one into the arrangement view. So this is probably the one main thing that's a little bit different, in a sense, from session view to arrangement view inside live, right? Because traditionally when we use Ableton Live, these are regarded as separate entities. In the case of Note, you don't really have that advantage of having separate views. So it's really just a session view type of setting, if you will, right? But you have a choice to export as WAV or M4A. We won't necessarily do this now. I don't think we need this audio file, but it's great to know that the option is there. And all of those are accessible through the global menu. Yeah, so let's close that out. Let's see, what else is a good general intro? Well, yeah, if you want to start adding in different, sounds as well. You might have noticed what I just did, which is I hit it over here. Actually, let me go ahead and exit out of this. Okay, cool. Whoops, too far. Sometimes I click too much, but when you click on the right-hand side, you scroll all the way to the right-hand side of Note, right? There's a plus button over here, which you might guess indicates that you might want to add some kind of new sound, right? So you can totally do that. There's a ton of different sounds that you can choose from. You can choose different kinds of drums, for example. Ooh, hybrid kit. Let's see. Fun. Different kinds of synths. You can also make a choice for that as well. So let's see. I don't know. Anyone want to suggest maybe a type of preset? We've got quite a few over here. There's like, bass, brass, drum rack, drums. As you can see, these actually mirror what is available inside Live. So if anyone has a suggestion, feel free to suggest it. No. No. Feel free to suggest it, please. We would love to hear from you. Suggestions for presets. Anyone have suggestions for presets? No? Okay, cool. TAETRO, since we have no suggestions for presets. Oh, wait, we do. Thanks. Sorry. Maybe there's a little bit of, everyone's a little bit shy maybe. Sometimes it ends up being faster, but that's okay. And Andre, something rhythmic. Yeah, let's see. Maybe something from the rhythmic category, right? Perhaps, let's see. Ooh, a static pluck. Let's see. Maybe, any other names that might be interesting? Ooh, stranger pad, mean pulse, live wire. All of these are interesting. Okay. You know what? Maybe I like the static pluck idea. So maybe let's go ahead and do that. Here's our static pluck. Let's increase the volume a little bit. Here we go. I like that. That's fun. Cool. So that's what I mentioned just now, everybody. Remember I said the E minor thing? What I just did over here, I'm going to show the other screen as well. What I did over here, excuse me. Okay, great. There it is. I was just moving my finger around. But if I want to actually capture that, that's this icon at the bottom of Note over here. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna undo that. Maybe let's do it like at the top over here on this like root note. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Nice. Let's mix that in with the rest of the instruments. Maybe bring down the volume a little. Maybe yes or louder. Bass is a bit louder too, maybe. Cool. Let's stop all clips. Yeah. Oh, check out. I like that. Yeah, delete. Fun. But yeah, we can start adding in different kinds of sounds. You now notice that I put into scene number 1. I recorded it into scene number 1. If you hold down, right, and if you drag the clip up and down, you can actually move it to any scene that you want. And I'm thinking it might be a nice addition to scene number 5, which if you recall was our main beat, right? And that's actually what we recorded it along to. That's it though. When you hold it down, you do also actually have the option to do a couple of things. You can further edit the clip if you want to. You can also duplicate it, right? So let's make a copy of that, and maybe let's put this one in the intro. Let's make one more copy of it, and we'll put it in the second segment that we had over here. That was kind of like our verse 2 sort of situation, right? So it's very quick to make these different edits and so on. You can, of course, also move existing clips around. So it's quite flexible as far as like where things go. Right. So let's see. What else might be useful to know at this stage, at an intro-y type of stage? I don't know. TAETRO, what do you have ideas for maybe what might be good? Or do you want to make something from scratch? Would you like to take over?
Sure thing.
Yeah, sure. Cool. So on that note, everyone, haha. Please give it up for TAETRO, who's returning from his... Oh, let's see. No, I can... Do you need me to grab the cat? Okay, cool. I can grab the cat and so on. But everybody, TAETRO, please. Yeah, woo!
Let's go. And we're going to kick this off with a giveaway.
Yay! Okay, cool. Oh wait, I need to
I need? You need? Just this one. Oh.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to get out of your way.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. This way. My coffee. Chat, huge updates for you all. I have a huge fundraising update for you all. I am going to get my phone out over here and I'll be making a track from from scratch. And I got to say, we have Claire here who's like our Ableton delegate pretty much as an Ableton certified trainer. That's fair? What's wrong?
I guess maybe.
Okay.
Am I?
Yeah. But Ableton came through in a big way to support Beattober, helping us out, helping us pull off this whole event. So I just want to say thank you to them. And some of the ways they helped us is we've already given away actually 250 Ableton gift cards. We've already given those away, and we have one left, which is a $500 Ableton gift card. We are going to be giving that away later today during our trivia stream. That is going to go to the winner of our music production trivia stream. It's going to feature a few little fun bonus questions, as well as some music production related questions, some Ableton Live related questions, some questions related to maybe me or Claire or dolltr. So look forward to that. But right now, I actually have 4 codes for Ableton Note to give away. Ableton Note is $5.99 on the App Store. And if you've got an iOS device, I am ready to give you one of those codes right now. So if you are an iPhone user, iOS, iPad user, I'm about to give you this code. So if you're excited about it, all I need you to do is go ahead and spam the chat. And when you spam the chat, that is going to make you eligible to win this award. So type as much as you can in chat for the next 1 minute. We'll run this for a minute because I want to get to making some music. So on my computer, I got 9:55. When that clock strikes 9:56, and please, this can only go to a person using iOS or iPhone. So make sure you do that. Make sure that's you. And I'm going to ask you to confirm that it's you when you win. And I'm also going to ask you to share with me your Instagram handle. Must be an iOS user. Let's go. I'm giving you all a little extra time because I know the stream is a little bit delayed. We're going to roll this. There's no extra luck for channel members. No regulars don't get extra luck. Nothing. As long as you're an active user, meaning you're one of these people spamming in chat. Amelia says, I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. Oh, she's doing the whole song. Wow, amazing. All right, we're rolling it. I'm over my time. I'm giving away a code for Ableton Note. I need your Instagram handle as soon as you win. Type your Instagram handle in chat. You must be an iOS person. Don't ask me about Android. I don't want to hear it. I'm rolling it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Diva in chat. Diva said, hi. Diva, let me get that Instagram handle. Oh, Diva, probably our best giveaway winner yet. And like an instant Instagram handle in chat. Can we get applause for Diva in the chat? I'm like short of breath. What's happening? We are quickly deteriorating here, folks. So Diva, right now what I'm going to do, since I got to make some music, I am going to send you a DM right now and just say congrats on the Ableton Note win. And you just stand by and wait for me. I'm going to try to get you that code later today when I catch a moment from the stream. Congrats on the Ableton Note win. But folks, I got 3 more of those codes to give away that we'll give away towards the end of this segment, because our next segment isn't until 12. Our next segment is not until 12. So sometime between now and 12, as long as you're in chat, you will have the chance to win. Stay tuned for that. And the last thing I was going to say is we have a call-in segment at 12. That's our next segment. We have the call-in segment followed by trivia later this afternoon. So if you want to call in and talk about or ask your music production, music-related questions, anything you think myself or Claire can answer, please get ready to call in. It's going to be on Zoom. Make sure you have the Zoom app downloaded. It's totally free. And before I get making music on Note here, which let me just open it up, which I've been making music on Note, I want to give everybody a fundraising update and let you all know that we are, remind you all that we are raising money for the Music and Youth Initiative, an amazing nonprofit that builds free music programs for youth across the country. Youth get access to free studios. They get access to free instruments, access to amazing teachers to teach them how to use all that stuff. Kid walks in, they can use all of it for free. They can learn from somebody for free. We are so close to our fundraising goal. We have raised in with all of the collective income sources, donation sources, from merch to memberships to donations right here on this stream, we have reached a total of $9,517. We are just short of our $10,000 goal, which was our ambitious goal for this Beattober. I think between now and trivia, we can get even closer, because all we need is an additional $483. That's 40 people. That's like less than half the people in this stream contributing 10. Is that how that works? I'm going to avoid math-related analogies. But every little bit counts. So I'm not saying throw in your 10. Not everybody is able to donate, and that's totally fine. But if you can spare even $1, $5, $10, or if you want to go to my sound pack store where I sell sample packs, you can pick one of those sample packs up, and all the revenue for that is going to the cause. That'll all get factored in. Merch, as well as one-on-one lessons. And the final reminder here's the one-on-one lessons link in case you're curious. Here's the sample packs link if you're curious. You can pick up a $5 sample pack, a $3 sample pack, whatever you can afford, whatever tickles your fancy over there. The last thing, and I promise we're going to make music. I won't bore you with this too much. We have for auction 2 custom MIDI controllers. Those 2 custom MIDI controllers are ending at 1 p.m. PST. That is about 3 hours from now. We have a Complete Control M32, as well as an Akai MPK Mini. Both have a bunch of bids on them. These are one-of-ones created from an original painting by me. One-of-one skinned, exclusive to this Beattober. We will not make them again. So I'm going to show you a picture of them right now because it's right here. I dropped the link in chat. But there you go. This is the Complete Control M32. It's a beautiful controller. Like I said, made a custom skin based on a painting that I made, from a scan from a painting I made, and the beautiful Akai MPK Mini. Check it out, check it out, check it out. And hey, we just had 2 amazing donations come in. That is round of applause worthy. We had Shannon Palmer donate 10. We had Gemini Monkey donate a 20. Again, so many generous people have not only been donating just one time, so many generous people have been throwing more and more into the pot after they've already donated. So thank you for that. And this is the dream for Beattober, folks. We come together as a producer community to get better ourselves as producers, to challenge ourselves, to make cool stuff, to push ourselves beyond what we thought we could do. Then my job as a content creator is talk to all the people that I work with throughout the year, all the cool companies, Native Instruments, Ableton, whoever it may be, Akai. Say, I'm doing this cool thing. I want to give back to my community. I want to give away a bunch of stuff. They hook us up with a bunch of giveaways, which is why all Beatober, we've been doing tons of giveaways so I can give back to you. And all I want in return, not really even in return, is for us to assemble like the Avengers, like this international production community, so we can take it to the next level and support a cause that's like way bigger than us. Jaw Harping Milo says, I just woke up. Did we hit the 10K goal? Not yet. However, we just had $30 more come in, which means we are at a total of $9,547. And we just had another 20 come in, folks. Another 20 come in, which means I'm doing live math, which can never be good. We are at a total of $9,567. What is 10,000 minus 9,567? Please. Thank you to George for the $20 dono. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Background music, and more. And then we have Justice 0320 with a €10. I'm just going to count that as $10 because I don't know what the conversion is. Crunch these. Oh, you did that 10 just now? Yeah. Perfect. How much away? $423 away from the from the $10,000 goal. We are currently at 9,577. We are well over 9,000. We are so close to the full 10,000. And one very important question is, how does membership work? Which I have to say, thank you to Milkwam. Round of applause for you for becoming a VIP member. I want to get back to making music on Note, but I'll answer that really quickly. If you become a member, as soon as you become a member, you can access the Discord. All you have to do is type new member into the chat, and Nightbot will tell you how to do that or give you a link that tells you how to do that. There's also a bunch of kind members here now that can help you get into the Discord. Then we do members only content. There's 3 members only workshops you can watch right now. Then on the TAETRO channel in the community tab, you're going to find links to free packs as soon as you become a member, and you can go and find all that. Ask a member, they can help guide you, but I don't want to bore you all any longer. So please allow me to sign back into Ableton Cloud. Perfect. Okay. And we are going to make music with Ableton Note, which means I'm going to AirPlay to my MacBook, and let's get on this. Now, you ran them down the basics, like the how to work the app, all that good stuff. Fantastic. Amazing. Okay, great. So I want to show you all, which button can I push to make this work? Not that one. That one's fine. I'm going to show you all how to start making an original track right here on Ableton Note. And y'all got to let me know if I miss a dono or anything, because I got my chat over here on the iPad. And sometimes it's hard to not miss what's coming through in chat. So the thing is, for me, when Ableton Note dropped, it was kind of like a big revelation, because there are a lot of people who can make full albums, full tracks on a mobile device. I have never been one of those people. I just don't connect with my mobile device like that. There are some great apps though. But the problem I've had with most apps is the breakdown in basically connectivity between my main DAW, which is Ableton Live, and whatever app I'm using. Like in theory, I could bounce stems from any app, but that always comes with some type of inconvenience, or it's always hard to organize, or it's not that easy. This app syncs directly with Ableton Live. And I think one of the virtues of this app is that it's not trying to be a mobile version of Ableton Live. Think about the name. It's called Ableton Note. This is literally a sketchbook, a notepad for musical ideas, for people who want to take these quick, quote unquote, notes, which we don't even have to be quick. We can go quite deep with it, and then come back to their studio and make something dope. which I think for me is the best situation. I don't want the full DAW on my phone most of the time, even though sometimes that's convenient. I want to start making something on my phone when I'm in a waiting room, for instance, like this project. Let's load it up and see what I came up with here. This is literally me sitting in a waiting room the other day. Let's make sure our sound is working. Just working on this chill beat. Let me see what this melody is. Cue that in here. We busted 10K, right? Not yet. We're probably $400 or so away, White Whisker. So this is just like a chill lo-fi beat, which is not far off from something I would be making at home in my DAW. I've got 8 layers here. Stop these clips. You know what I always do? I always click on a clip and I want it to stop. Yeah. That's basically. Wait, is that an option? But not a no. Yeah. But those stop buttons are there, so it's fine. So like, for me to be able to send this now over to my computer and turn it into something, which I did earlier in Beatober, it's game changing for me. So this is just a look at a waiting room idea that for me is not something I could previously do as easily, nor would I do as easily, because even if I could do this in another app, and I have done it in other apps, I'm probably never going to finish it because it's never going to leave that app, because getting it to Ableton Live is just not that convenient. I just love how these drums ended up sounding. I agree they should tap on a clip to stop. Yeah. I think it's more likely that people would have that use case rather than like re-queuing the clip, which is kind of what it does now. Question, do Ableton Note have to be on a Mac laptop? Well, Ableton Note, you can only open it on an iOS device, not a MacBook, a phone or a iPad, iPhone or an iPad. I was thinking about buying it with my iPhone and hook it up to a Windows computer. I assume that works. Yes, that does work. If you have Note on your iPhone, you sync it to your Ableton Cloud, you can open it up in Ableton on your Windows machine if that's your use case. But let's start a track from scratch. Let's start new. Immediately it boots us up with a drum kit. Wow. Followed by some type of bass synth. And then some type of, well, this is just a sampler actually. And I can just, boom, right there. I've recorded my voice, which we can then turn into an instrument. And right now, this grid is in chromatic mode. However, it does not have to be in chromatic mode. We can, of course, put ourselves in key, or we can use keys actually, if you want to look at a piano keyboard here. But pads, we can go, I'm going to stumble my way through this because now I'm forgetting how to put myself in key. Yo, Cytozonic, thank you for joining VIP. Round of applause. Thank you for joining at the VIP level, ! New member to get the info that you need to get access to your membership. So that's a sampler. You saw easily I recorded my voice, turn it into an instrument. We are deep into this 24-hour stream, folks. So if you wanted TAETRO at his best, you came to the wrong place. We can go up the octave here. Oh, we set the project key, right? We could set the key and scale of the project. That's what we want. We can set it to D major or a host of other scales and modes here. Let's set it to D major. We can turn our metronome on and off, and we can change our project tempo. Now, I want to make a video about this app, and the title would be, this music app doesn't even have a record button, because it's not 100% true, I guess. Because as you probably noticed, those yellow notes popping up, it's tracking what you're playing automatically. And what's so interesting is that you can play a phrase in at basically any BPM. And if that's, I believe if that's the first phrase you're playing in, it's going to try to basically figure out what time signature, or not time signature, what tempo you're at. Let's do something interesting here with the different effects, which of course we can select different effects if we want. I think I'm fine with having this reverb on here. So there, as you can see, I didn't hit any record button. I literally just created the clip from the idea I had. Boom. It's got us at 89. Let's put the metronome on. And if we look at this clip, we will get the ability to edit it. You can select notes, delete them, quantize them, transpose them. Go edit the sample, like putting a filter on it, high pass, low pass, band pass. We can save the sample, we can swap the sample, trigger and gate modes. So just that like easy sampling situation is great. I just wanted to show that. I don't think I'll actually use that kind of sample here today, but why don't we go ahead and lay down a rhythm. This kit is pretty good. You all know I like lo-fi, so I always pull back the frequency. I like that snare a lot. So it wasn't record quantizing. I want a loose feel, but now that I'm hearing it back, it is a little too loose. So I'm just going to go ahead and quantize it to 16th notes with the click of a button. Now, as I start to add something to this, you notice it's adding notes there, but it won't save that when I'm doing until I hit add at the bottom. So I can basically audition sounds infinitely, but as soon as I play something I like, I can go ahead and add it in. Quantize that. Nothing there. But let's not forget that each of these sounds, these are samples. So all those things I talked about with editing the voice sound, we can change. And there's a bit of an intuition here where I literally just tap on a sample and drag down, and that's my sample gain. You know, so that's kind of just intuitive, which is very cool. I know Claire already talked about automation, but you're seeing that dotted line, which of course we could save automation if we wanted to. Notice that I can transpose these. And since we've got a rhythm going, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the metronome. Why don't we go ahead and now add some type of instrument. I'm not ready for bass quite yet. Let's look at the guitar and plucked instruments. Or maybe I do want something more synthy, more like a pad. just a simple idea to start with, I guess, which is fine. So let's go ahead and do that again. Hitting create clip. Once again, never had to hit a record button, just had to play the musical idea. We can go in and quantize that, but then we can make finer edits. Like, we notice that that note is a little too off for our quantization, so I need to nudge it to the left. Liking where this is going. Yeah, it's very, very simple, so let's not overstate it here and now. Raising the attack on that. And now I'm writing this keeping a very important thing in mind, that I am eventually going to pass this over to my computer and do some of the finer things, do some of the more important mixing things that I might do. Let's delete that sample because we don't need that. But what do I have here? We already have that kind of sound. I've got pencil, paintbrush, candy wrapper. We said we were going to do candy wrapper last time, but I cleaned up and now there's no more candy wrappers. So you can eat one for the cost. Great. So we'll sample in a live percussion sound. Hello, panda cat in the fridge. This is, huh? Are you going to be able to make a sound by eating one of these pieces of candy? If it's a Kit Kat? Oh, yeah. I'm an expert. I want to... yes. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that. Yeah. Wait, I have to hit record again. I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no. I double tapped it.
No, it's okay. I'll break
another one. Oh, break it another way?
Yeah.
Go. Wait. There we go. We have cracked the code here. Now I need to... Oh, what did I do? No, go back. I got to just pinch zoom, right? And if it's in this frame, that's the start of the sample. Oh. Wow. I had a bunch of delay on it. That's why I was saying, wow. It was like snap, crackle, pop. So there we go. Now I probably want to put up the release so we play through the whole thing, but listen to that as a percussion sound. Eesh. That's kind of really rich in sound design. That nice after sound. Yeah. Woo. That's amazing. Okay. Let's do a high pass, but let's go back over here to the filter. Halloween candy type beats. We could transpose it. All right, let's go ahead and add this as a percussion instrument. All right, that was exciting. There we go. Can you do chord progressions in Ableton Note? It seems really difficult because of the touchscreen pads. I agree. And I hope that one day they may add a chord mode. That would be amazing. Yes, a chord mode would be amazing. And lots of companies have good ways of implementing this. I think Native Instruments usually has a good one for machine. Or a step sequencer would be cool as well. Like Native Instruments has a good system where you select chord sets on the machine, and it's like very specific types of chords in your chord progression that you can build, types of, depending on like what type of chord progression you want to build. But if I was in the position where I wanted to build a chord progression, I would probably do it note by note at the moment. I get a note by note. Wow. The flip side of that is you could also take advantage of the sampler for chords. Like you could sample a chordal instrument. Because there's actually lots of apps. Like I believe Splice even has an app. Well, Splice has the desktop app, of course, but I think there might be a mobile app where you can actually download samples onto your device from the mobile app. Y'all can correct me if I'm crazy, but I think that that's true. Not feeling that. Let's just add a more traditional reverb sound on here. The thing about these, about all this reverb in these presets and all these effects is that they will correlate directly to the actual Ableton Live application of it. So when you import this to Ableton Live from the app, you're getting Live's actual reverb loading up with all the settings you've dialed in. Let's go ahead and go up an octave. And another thing about the chords thing is you could go into keys mode a bit easier. I would say basically you're only really naturally able to play dyads. And what I was hoping is that there would be some type of MIDI controller support, but it doesn't seem that there is any yet, which is a shame. Very clean UI, says Homework. Yep. Clean UI and relatively intuitive workflow as well. What are y'all feeling? What should we add here? I think there's probably we can definitely get a lead melody in here. I keep going back and forth because I want to change the preset. Oh, let's fix that clip. Quantize a little off there. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Oh gosh, I can undo that, thankfully. Whew. I just want that now. Boom, we're good there. Let's dial in the sound a bit. We've got a chorus on, which I kind of like that sound at the moment. But now I want reverb here. Really bury this so it's like a little bit of a ghostly sound. How are we supposed to find the best MIDI controller? Wait, can't use MIDI controller? That is indeed a shame. How are we supposed to find the best MIDI controller? I like the way you think, Bobby. It's all about the MIDI controller. Don't think about anything else. So there's a point where I'm making music where I'm like, something I like to do in a lot of my beats is do side chain compression, whatever. And then I'm like, can't do that in this app. But then you have to remember, it is not the attempt to get a final product out of this app. I mean, we're limited to 8 tracks. Perhaps that'll change in the future, but I think I actually see that as a bit of Ableton pointing towards what the purpose of this app actually is. Quick demos. Not even necessarily quick demos, just demos in a place where you're not able to use full Ableton Live. And if you like what you're seeing from this app at the moment, I want to remind you that we have 3 more codes for this app to give away this stream. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for hanging out. This is, we are deep into our 24-hour live stream. We've got about probably 6.5 hours to go. So we're in it for the long haul. Homework says, on the toilet is when many people get great ideas, as well as the shower, but only if you have a waterproof system. Though I've used phones not waterproof in showers with caution. Interesting. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of TMI in that post. Being on the toilet, using the phone in the shower. I don't gotta hear about it. Let's work on potentially getting a melody here. So I want to mess with some effects here. Not that effect. Just get this melody down. And the thing is, I still have to break my habit when using this app of looking for the record button, because if I don't see the record button on the screen, I'm like, oh, well, I have to go over here to record. I have to do something. But little did I know, we're always recording. That ain't it. New clip. That's fine. That's fine. So, even if, and I apologize for yawning, folks, like I said, we're on a 24-hour stream, but let's say you're in a waiting room and at the very least you were able to compose this. You are at a net better place than you would have been if you were just sitting in the waiting room on Instagram. And here's the thing, And the main reason for that is, let's say you go home now, but before you left that waiting room or while you were on the way out, you uploaded your track to Ableton Cloud. You uploaded your project to Ableton Cloud, which, by the way, I love the fact that when I look at all my projects, I can instantly preview them without having to fully open them. This is the first random one we made. And of course, we got Juicy Tuesday on lock. So let me turn AirPlay off and let me show you how easy it is. Fingers crossed I signed in properly to Ableton Cloud. I'll show you how we can just turn this idea that I made on my phone into something that maybe doesn't sound like it was made on a phone. But at the end of the day, musicians haven't really had, well, since the advent of apps, of course, in our pockets. If you're a painter, if you're a sketch person who sketches, you could carry around a pocket notebook and basically make a beautiful piece of art or a beautiful plan for a beautiful sketch later. And you could just have that in your pocket. It's so easy. For a musician, it's different. Like maybe back in the days of manuscript, people would sit and jot down, ideas for scores that way. But now with Ableton Note being directly connected to my desktop, which, speaking of desktop, let me make enough room for you all to keep chat there and to have my DAW open, Ableton. I should be able to go right to my Ableton Cloud section. And it should be there. What I have seen is that sometimes it can take a little bit, like maybe up to 5 minutes to fully sync up. So I'm waiting for set 2 to be there, but perhaps, and one thing I wish they would add here is like a refresh button, like a little forced refresh button. But there we go. Before I could even restart live, it popped right up. You all saw it happen in real time. So there's set 2. Remember that it does include a sample we recorded on the phone. So it does all the legwork of gathering everything that we needed to do this project. And now we have what is a simple project, what for you could be possibly a more complex project. Let's make sure my sound situation is correct. It's not like this. Listen to that kick knock. And then I want you all just to pay attention to something, and then perhaps we'll do another license giveaway since y'all have seen it in action. And then I'll do something with this beat from here. Notice something. This is a fully capable Ableton Live drum rack with multiple samples. It's even got saturator on it. This pad sound is, this lead sound is from Wavetable. We've got the sample-based KitKat thing, which looks like we straight up just made it in Live. We got this next synth, which has all the macros we'd expect it to have. It's got the arena tail reverb on it, which is what we put on it within the app. And then this Indian flute instrument is a sample instrument. Then it can be tweaked, not just tweaked if you desire, but you can treat it like literally all of your other Ableton projects. So remember, I was like, well, I can't sidechain in this app. Well, it's like, okay, there's going to be, it almost is helpful to set up limitations like that, because if you can't do something, then you have to focus on doing something else, which is what I think Ableton Note is positioning you to do. It's positioning you to take a musical note, like a musical idea down in the moment that you have it, and bring it home and finish it when you get ready. Yo, Bobby Limes with another $20 donation. I gotta pause this music and I gotta cue the techno. Cue the techno for Bobby. I want to quickly add that to our total so I don't lose sight. Thank you all so much. Our fundraiser is going to a great cause. That is the Music and Youth Initiative. That brings us up to $9,596. techno music? I thought you guys liked the techno music. We got a little bitonal situation going on. Do you mind coming and just chatting with Chad for a second? Because I got a piece so bad.
Sure, yeah.
Claire's going to talk with you. We're going to take this track to the next level when I return.
Okay.
Oh, and let's do another note giveaway when I come back. We'll do another note code.
Cool. Anything you'd like me to address? Okay, cool. Great. How's everyone doing? Hello. Thanks so much everyone for sticking with us. We're so close to the next giveaway and so on, which is great. But I hope everyone's been doing wonderful. I myself am also doing wonderfully, but as you can see, both TAETRO and I are like losing it a little bit, which is all right? It's all right. This only happens once a year. So really, thanks so much everyone for being able to donate and so on. Super appreciate it. But let's see. Let's check out the questions. So let's see. Let me look up techno, or maybe I should just play the techno anyway, but it's fun. I do quite like it. But anyway, let's turn it off. Let's see. Oh, hello, Shoba. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, but welcome. Hello. Being 17, it's nice to see older people do music because it makes me feel like I'm less likely to give up. Great vibes on the beats. Well, thank you. I will relay that to TAETRO. But yeah, for sure. I mean, to be honest, I think that's one of the great things about music, right? You can start making music at any age. You can do it until any age. Just now we had a quick talk about, some like mental health stuff, Alzheimer's and dementia, but even a lot of old folks are really, really energized by music in general.
It's the last thing they got. Some it's like you can forget even your kid's name. For sure. Forget your kid's name. We were talking, the example that we were talking about was specifically Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. And their wonderful, collaborations on stage and so on. To be honest, those are some of my favorite albums, actually. The ones that she did with him. Those are fun. Cool. But yeah, please, yes, welcome. Oh my gosh, did we just have a donut? Yeah, donut. Oh, okay, so now, yay. Proper techno. I do. Yeah, I do. I don't know what to do. Sorry. Anyway, I do know what to do, which is... You do know what to do. I do. So I do know. I'm okay. I'm alive. Now what are you gonna do? Oh my god, we had another one. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Thank you so much to both Jeremiah and Jacob. Appreciate this. Thank you. Some applause as well. How convenient. Yes. Thank you all so much for contributing. Really super appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, any age can do it. I didn't mention this before, but I've taught my dad how to do basic stuff on push. So that's been fun. Who's like 60 something. Yeah. Has taught himself piano over the past couple years. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. See, that's so cool. I love being able to be any age basically. You could be any demographic and make music. No. I'm gonna leave. I will leave. But the only reason I'm kind of sprouting nonsense right now is because I have had maybe a bit too much sugar. So it's a bit of a weird combination. But anyway, back to TAETRO, everybody. Please give it up for TAETRO, who's been holding it down. Yay! Are you sure you don't want to come over here and panic for this next donation that just came in? Oh my god! Jaw harping Milo, the $20 dono. Let me really quickly total that up. We're gonna do this Ableton. I'll do it while y'all are spamming for the giveaway. How about that? I think that is more appropriate. Thank you, Jaw harping Milo. Here's your techno groove. Go, 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 go. Hap Music says, "Woo! Thanks, TAETRO. What are you thanking me for? What did I do for you?" Oh, why? Why should they thank me? Beattober tracking. We'll do that in a second. All right, real quick. I'm gonna do the. Let's work together to get to 10K. I think we're well on our way. We can do it. I'll give you all a dono update, but I do want to, I want to do the other part of Beattober, which is not only are we coming together for a big, great cause, but we must give back to the community. So let's do a lightning round here. If you type in chat You are eligible, allegedly. Yes. All right, the next 2 minutes, I'm going to show you all my screen. The next 2 minutes, that's from 10:44 to 10:46. At 10:46 my time, I will roll it and pick a winner for Ableton Note. Yes, you can win a code for Ableton Note. Do you ever feel like breaking down? Do you ever feel out of place? Like somehow I can do a better simple plan. Just don't belong and no one's there to save you. How is that for a simple plan? You must have an iOS device to win this code. You must have an iPhone or an iPad. If you win and you don't have an iPhone or an iPad, please don't take the code. You won't be able to do anything with it. What do we need to do to enter Tev's channel? You're doing it right now. All you need to do is type in chat. And then as soon as you get picked for this giveaway, if you get picked, if you win, you must type your Instagram handle in chat. Spam now, yes. At 10:46, I'm rolling it. Amelia stopped typing the lyrics, which I took as a cue for me to stop singing. Can it be a shit iPhone? I believe it can be. No.
It has to be a
Okay, we'll get to you on the compatibility. I assume it has to do with the iOS. But most, depending on how old it is, you can pretty much upgrade all of them to the latest. It's not called firmware. What is it called? Software? Yeah. iOS 15? iOS 15 or higher. So if your device can go to iOS 15 or higher, great. I am pulling the winner now. I'm rolling at 10:46 a.m. here in sunny Los Angeles, rolling the giveaway in 3, 2, 1. Who is it? DJ Scrappy. Sorry, I got a little hyped for that. DJ Scrappy, immediately, please put your Instagram handle in the chat. It's all coming a little slower now. At DJ Scrabby said, thanks. Heck yeah. Scrabby, I'm going to DM you right now, which will be my reminder for later when I get a moment to send you that code. And I will also say, if you won any we are doing more giveaways all throughout the rest of Beattober. We're giving away a $500 Ableton gift card. Amazing. That is going to go to the winner of our trivia later today. We are also giving away a copy of FL Studio Producer Edition and an FL key away during our call-in stream next. The next 2 segments we have planned, the next one begins at noon. There will be a giveaway. That is already scheduled on on my channel page. So if you go to the front page of my channel, it's going to show you this stream and it's going to show you the 2 next scheduled streams. But also, if you just stick around and you stay in this stream, not only will you have a chance to win the next 2 note codes, but you will also be immediately redirected to the next stream when we go to the next stream, when we go there. It doesn't have to be so complicated. Scrabby, I'm going to DM you right now. Can you please just confirm that I am DMing you? Because I saw another DJ Scrabby, but I copied your handle in specifically. Congrats on the Ableton Note win. Just send you a DM. Why do I use Instagram? Because I have verification on only the platform of Instagram, and that's how you can know you're not getting spammed by like a scam artist who's trying to get your information. Yeah, we have 2 more of those to give away this stream, though, so stay tuned. And Scrabby, you let me know you got that. And my goal right now is to open up this Ableton project and make something dope out of this little note idea. And I have my launch key right here. So why don't I just grab that? Launch key mini. Gang. You know what? It's you. Perfect. I messaged the right person. If you want a giveaway and it was not an Ableton code, that is going to take a little longer. If you want an Ableton code, like the people who won the $250 Ableton codes, they already got their codes because Ableton hooked me up. Well, not hooked me up, but gave me the codes to distribute myself. While other giveaways, I might have to ship something or I might have to talk to another. I didn't mean to delete that message, DJ Scrappy. I'm sorry. My palm went onto the iPad, so I don't know what you typed. You can type it again. TAETRO, have you seen fake tros? Yes, I have. There's like Telegram scams and WhatsApp scams that happen often. And I did say I was going to give an update based on the donations that came in, but now I can't remember the total. We had 20, a 10, and a 5. That is in total 35. Say it with me. 35. I like the kids shows that they pause. You know what I mean? That they like ask a question to the kid on the other side of the TV and they pause and wait for the response. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Dora. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I thought I was going crazy. Oh. Come on, vamonos. 9597 plus 35. No, focus. Plus 35. Never mind, I can do it easily. $9,632. $9,632. That is our total, folks. We are so close. We are under $400 away. Under $400 away. So close to the $10,000 goal, people. If you can donate $1, $5, $10, or even $20, if you can even spare a single dollar, 3 single dollars, whatever it may be, it will contribute. All right, I could go on and on about the giveaway, about the fundraiser all day, but I figure we should make some music. That's what y'all came here to see. Who is excited to participate in trivia? That's what I want to know. I hope you will all get ready to participate. You will all be able to like use your phone, use your computer, maybe. Yes. And participate. Okay. Not my usual vibe. Oh, I don't need that. However, I think I can turn it into something. Let's see if we can crank up the tempo. So you know what I don't have on Note are my third-party plugins. But that's fine because now we're in our DAW. And I can bring up this UJam drum kit. I think I want to put a rock kit behind this. I have a certain direction I want to go with this, I think. And what I'm going to do is just copy over that MIDI clip and see how this is it is compatible. It is kind of lining up here. Let's see if we can do a better snare though. All right, that's fine. That's all well and dandy, but I probably want... Where's my open hat? Where's my open hat? Doesn't exist. Anonymous has donated 20 euros. Holy smokes, a round of applause. Pounds, thank you. Background music, go. Thank you for the dono. Pounds. It looks like an E. I think Why don't these countries just all use one thing? We got Euro. What's a quid? Tell me what quid is.
I'm answering your first question. It's not Brexit. But a quid is a pound.
Well, I don't approve of it. This is just like Americans making up the whole Dutch thing. Am I wrong? You should tell that to your dad. Perfect. All right, I promise this is going somewhere, chat. Stick with me. I found the open eye hat. Wow, I'm slow. This is so weird. But hey, we got capture MIDI. Look at that. You can almost see what I'm doing. Good enough for our work right now, but I want this to be like a really punchy drum kit, and I do want it to be right alongside our more trappy hip-hop kit. Don't want that. All right, fantastic. Oh, I don't need to move that. I need to use my Launch Key Mini Mark III more after seeing this. You saw me use it for 5 seconds. But hey, I'm happy to be the inspiration. But yes, if you got cool tools, please use them. I think I might want to switch kits. Or this is like a mix preset. So if that's with now, if I throw a J37 on that and we just blast out the low end, get like this weird punchy saturated sound, maybe. Okay, I think I want to speed up the tempo. Now that's something I can move my head to, right? I'm always thinking the hi-hats are too loud, so we're just gonna jump on that ahead of time. Okay, great. Now, what other instrument do we have next? Let me stop all these clips. Play this one, unsolo. Now, as a basic progression, I don't mind this. However, it's probably not a progression I would otherwise make. So let's use that idea, because remember, that is kind of what Note is all about. You have the idea in the waiting room, the basic idea, and you take it home and you do what you can with it, right? Just thinking about, I think I have in labs actually a decent bass guitar sound. I'm going for a rock instrumentation-ish to start here, but have no fear. We're going to still lean into some of the electronic side of things. Electric guitar, rock. That's what I want. I know I have bass here. Am I crazy? Guitar, bass guitar, yes. like the DI sound. We throw the pedal sound here. Pedal effect, I should say. Maybe we can get a little more dirt. Turn that sub on. So we have this line. I'm arming the wrong track. You know what I actually want? Maybe not a bass guitar. I'm going to keep it there for now, but let's do an 808, right? Let's go to samples. I'm sure, actually, I'll pull one from Splice because I know I get some decent 808s over there. TAETRO, I have a good feeling this community will exceed your goal. One of the best communities I've come across. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We're less than $400 away, so that would be amazing. Now, I did search the word splice in Splice, and it did not yield the results I wanted. And for some reason, that did not give me the 808s I was looking for. Why? When I search splice... Yeah, I should have typed in skills with dolltr. Oh, here we go. Of course the sample's in G flat. Why wouldn't it be in G flat? So we're going to go and tune this 808 real quick. So that's C equals C. Oh, good 808 emote. Thank you, Billboard Shot. I love it when people use the emotes. Thank you. Now, should we do a glide? What do you think, chat? Glide? Perhaps? A little more. Boom, it's that easy. Let me just figure out what pattern. I'm going to riff on this for a bit. So let me go here. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Yo, holy smokes, we got a big dono. $50.
$50 from Michael Varney. Round of applause.
Techno break if I ever needed one. Really quick, please. Thank you, Michael Varney, so much for that donation. That is much appreciated. That is huge. And just to give you a quick update, if I add $50, oh God, I have to do math again. What have you done? Oh, okay. $50 plus that is $9,682. Now, who can do 10,000 minus 9,682 and tell me in chat how much we need? How much do we need? 318. Thank you for putting it in terms I can understand. Amelia always trolls. She never gives me the right mathematical answer. Can this be faster? That's not what I meant to do. That is what I meant to do. Oh God. Let's split the difference. No. 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 What does it mean? Does that equal? Michael Varney has donated $318. We must pause the stream. We must pause
the stream.
And the stream is turned on by itself. And background music. We have hit $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative. Woo! Michael Varney, so generous, taking us forward. We have hit more techno. Round of applause, community. Please, please, please. Give yourselves a round of applause. You came through. You bought merch. You got yourself a membership to the channel. You super chatted. You donated via PayPal. You bought sample packs. You bought one-on-one lessons. We did match donos. We got auctions still pending, so the auctions could take us over by 1 p.m. if the auctions go up. We hit the $10,000. I think now I feel like I should have planned something for this moment. Now I feel dumb for not having planned. Yeah. Cheers! And cheers to all of you, the best music production community on the internet.
Yes.
What other music production community can come together to raise $10,000 for the music and youth, for anything? You all pat yourselves on the back. It doesn't matter if you donated with dollars. Yeah, you can turn your mic on. Doesn't matter if you donate with dollars or if you just literally participated in Beatober and like maybe even shouted out Music and Youth Initiative or just liked the stream, shared a stream, did a retweet. All of it. Just if maybe you were just a great example in the community. All of you came together, blasted off. This was a goal I did not know if we could hit. Did not know if we could hit $10,000. Yeah, last year we just barely made it to 6K. This year we blew it out of the water. Shout out to all of you.
Oh my God.
Another round of applause. And you know what? Maybe we'll make more.
So crazy.
Maybe we'll go over 10,000. So crazy? Are you panicking?
Yeah.
This is what we needed. We only have 6 more hours to go.
Oh my God.
Wait, this means we can leave work early, right?
No.
We hit the goal.
No.
Yes. Congrats to all of you.
Wow. Oh my God.
We did it. Shout it from the rooftops, people. Let them know you are part of a community that raised $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative. I'll text David from Music and Youth Initiative right now and let him know.
We get him on a call? Maybe that's what should.
He might be with his family on a Sunday, but I'll shoot him a text.
That's true. It is a Sunday. Wow. Congrats, everybody. Yay. This is great.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. That was amazing.
And we have so much left in store today.
It's like,
more giveaways.
It's like 1 second watching stream and then next second not watching stream. Oh.
Wow. All right. I texted David. We just hit the $10,000 goal. He's a family man, I'll say. So he may not answer on a Sunday. He might not get a work text. So $10,000 in the books. We can only go up from here, people. Shouting it from the rooftops. Take ownership of this, people. If you post about it on your Instagram story, if you tweet about it, whatever you say, we did it. Yes. We raised $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative. And the $10,000 is not totally crazy. A random number. It is a nice number, nice round number. But I talked to David from Music and Youth Initiative a lot because we used to work together. So sometimes we chat about like different things happening with the programs or whatever. And there's this specific type of clubhouse they do, studio clubhouse. That's not like the full clubhouse with all the instruments, but it's like meant to be focused on kind of some studio stuff and teens. And like basically the cost for that to set up one of those clubhouses is right around $10,000. So basically we funded like a whole entire studio clubhouse. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yay!
I have to tell you.
This is crazy. Can I play techno, please?
Yes.
Oh my god, yay.
And I left the reverb.
Okay, cool. Well, reverb and techno. And the applause.
Everything? This is so crazy. Wow. Congratulations, everyone. This is like amazing. Hey, wait, let's
Turn off some of these things. But let's keep like the techno on. Maybe I'll turn the reverb back here. This is amazing. Everybody, please give yourselves like a big, big, big round of applause. I don't really know what else to say because I'm just kind of like stunned in this moment, but it's great. Okay, now I'll turn the techno off. And I'll do maybe one more round of applause or something. This is so crazy.
She said no.
Oh. It's like, sit back, finish the thing. Wow. Congratulations.
Good job. Couldn't have done it without you here.
Couldn't have done it without you doing any of this to begin with. So everybody, TAETRO! Woo!
Go, 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 go. 77 Social says the goal was hit. Did I miss it? Will TAETRO show what was purchased with all the donations?
Oh, that's a great question.
It doesn't work exactly like that. It goes to the Music and Youth Initiative. They get funding, and then they, like, literally, let me bring up their site.
Yeah,
it's not like they're going to be like, okay, these dollars are especially for that. Like, I don't want to be... There are
donors like that are like, I want to see allocated everything. But when you see, like, what they do... And I hope there's lots of photos here. So if you can imagine, like, anytime a new clubhouse gets opened, like, and they're always opening clubhouses in new states, in new other nonprofits. So, like...
Voice changer.
So they need, like, studio monitors and workstations, and that's how it's going to go. So when I say the total amount that we raise is like close to enough to make a whole studio clubhouse, maybe they won't open a new one, but maybe 5 clubhouses will get new workstations, or maybe, whatever, that kind of thing. So we know that the money is going to go to one of these amazing places, or a place like these amazing places that you are seeing. And I used to work in one of these clubhouses. That's how I even know this organization. This is from my program before we got a nice new space, but it was an amazing program. I took these kids plus their bandmates to New Orleans on a trip to play a gig. That was a lot of fun. We went up to New Hampshire to play gigs, like the opportunities that, like, they come after school, they want to play in a band, boom, we get the band going. That's so good. And Gio's now like an amazing rapper. Jonathan's in college, super into fashion. We got Ableton Pushes. This is also my program. That's from awesome. What was it called? The
Push the Trade thing?
Yes. Yeah. We got a bunch of pushes. Like Ben Casey came out to the program and like checked things out.
Oh. Shout out to Ben.
And this guy, Chris, who's teaching this other kid Jose how to play on the push, it's like, then you teach like a teen how to do it, then they can teach another teen how to do it, and then it's like on and on and on. Yeah. Amazing stuff. iPad stations, the whole nine. Yeah, it's insane. We did it, folks. Round of applause.
So crazy.
I don't want to get too emotional. I don't want to like prolong it. I want to get back to the music making. That's what I'll say. Let's celebrate by continuing on making some great music. We'll continue on with our giveaways. We'll have a fun rest of the day. We did it. That's it. We did it. Let me just drink some coffee for a moment.
Yay.
Who knew that we could do it? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Congrats to all of you in the community for making it happen. All right. Can I make this dope track or what? How are you guys holding up? Who can say? I think, well, this sudden
boost
of energy helped
Y'all
a lot.
rock. Yay.
Yes. Another round of applause. So you can nap now. No pressure.
I need to still do something.
No work. Yes. All right. Congrats to all of you. We're going to continue on making some music. We got a call-in show happening later so we can celebrate with all of you live on the call. And then we got trivia later as well. Don't forget. The thing about these drums is I want them to be crunchier. We just got to keep rolling, folks. We can't one success onto the next one. Nobody knows what I'm making yet. I'm the only one who knows what it is. Strings. I want like a weird plucky. Perhaps a dulcimer will work. That's a good dulcimer. That. That's exactly what I want. But I just did something that muted the whole thing somehow. We're good. That's the lowest note. I thought this is what I wanted, but now it's in the mix. It's not quite sounding right. That's what I wanted. Oh, wait, I did something wrong, chat. I put pedal on this for some reason. Oh, because that was originally the bass. That's gonna solve my problems. A lot of that muddy low end situation there. Michael Varney says, wait, there's a Discord. Yes, Michael, it's only for members. However, you took us over the $10,000 mark. So if you want in this freaking Discord, you message me on Instagram. Don't worry about paying for a membership. Decent. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sleepy? Less sleepy since we just hit that 10,000. To be honest, it's a bit of adrenaline that was much necessary, which can only mean that a crash is coming. The thing about this. Alright, right, I'm going fully in headphones here. The thing about these drums is it's like I need to kind of do some EQing and stuff. The thing about music production is, think about any art, whether it was the painting we just did today, whether it's the sketch you doodle on your notepad, whether it's the random track that you decide to work on today. The reality of it is, if you didn't start working on it in that moment, sure, you would eventually go make a track, right? You would eventually go make other music. But imagine like your best track that you've ever made, the track that you're most proud of making. And now imagine that at the time that you made that track, you were not able to sit down and work on music, or you chose in that moment you had your pathway branched, and you could have either gone and done XYZ, or you could have gone and started working on your track. Imagine you just missed that moment in space and time. So I bring that back to like talking about Note, because it's like, okay, yes, what we're basically doing now, we kept the original drums. I'm going to probably get rid of this original synth, but that original synth line laid the groundwork for everything that's happening right now. Without that original note, this track that we're working on right now doesn't exist. These drums are I'm going to be honest, these drums are bothering me. I see people saying I never thought of it that way. If you start thinking of it that way, it can like totally change your perspective. I know what it is. It is the fact that those two snares, well, that's not the only problem. It's one of the problems. Is that those snares are clashing. And look, I'm not one of those like masochistic or like, there's this vibe at music school sometimes where it's like, oh, you're not in the practice room. You're out having fun. Wow. Like, you should be in the practice room 24/7, which, like, sure, a lot of people need practice. However, I'm not saying give up fun of your life. I'm not saying miss a family event. I'm not saying when the boys or the girls are all going out for the night and you're going to have a fun experience, skip out on that and lock yourself in a practice room. I'm saying at the points where it's like, I could do this or I could do that, try to get yourself over the edge to just do something. And even if you just do the minimal amount, like do a note and able to note, like do 4 tracks and able to note. Now imagine that spirals you off into like making your best track yet. Or what often happens is you start working on something and suddenly you went a lot further. It's like, instead of telling yourself you're going to run 10 miles today, tell yourself, I'm just going to put on my workout clothes today. And then once you have the workout clothes on, you're like, I'll just stand out on my porch with the workout clothes. And then once you're standing out on the porch, you say, I'll just walk around the block. And then eventually you're like, I'll jog the next quarter of a mile. And eventually you did a bunch of physical exercise that if you had told yourself, I'm going to run, 5 miles today, you would have been like, shit, I can't run 5 miles today. It's like easing yourself into these baby steps. All right, to be honest, I'm going to just kind of ignore mix for a little bit right now because that's not where we're at in this stage anyway. Wait, Bishop, you've been here the whole time? Did you just come back, Bishop? Bishop? Who's going to tell Bishop? Maybe Bishop was here and I wasn't aware. Oh, you were playing basketball. Oh, Bishop, you were playing basketball. Well, while you were out playing basketball, Bishop, we were busy hitting our
$10,000 goal, fundraising goal.
I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to make Bishop feel bad. And with any of the mods, like Amelia and Bishop, who I give the hardest of hard times, I'm never trying to make them feel bad. It's always just a joke. And if any of them ever feel some type of way, they can always come to me and tell me that. And I can ease off. They can tell me, hey, ease off. That's how I show love. Yes. Yeah, or roast me back. That's the other thing. You know what's making that dulcimer thing not gel super well? It's the fact that everything else is sidechained and this is not. That could be it, at least. It's my thinking. Diana Fernandez said, how's the stream going? Oh, how's the stream going, Diana Fernandez? It's going so well. We hit
the $10,000 fundraising goal. That's how well it's going.
Dang. This is how I'm going to act the rest of the day. I don't know if you guys can really bear it or not. What's in this? Oh, the candy wrapper. We got to use the candy wrapper. Now, there's a lot of debate. Sidechain the 808, don't sidechain the 808. Depends on the 808. I'm going to test it out. But usually I'll say anytime if I ever am sidechaining any type of bass instrument, I'm never sidechaining it at 100%. I mean, unless it's like for a specific like effect. It always depends. But usually, in most cases for me, a bass instrument... Are you gonna be okay? Does it stress you out? And not only, my friends, have we raised $10,000, we have raised $10,015. And not only have we raised $10,015, we have actually raised $10,035. Don't cry. Wow. Get Ricked and Amelia S. 11K or no sleep for them. 11K or no sleep for them. Unbelievable. Thank you for those additional donations. Yes. Of course, we have hit our goal. Blasting that goal out of the water and raising beyond that goal, icing on the cake. You all know where it's going. It's going to an amazing place. They have use for the funds, good use for the funds too, not some like bullshit nonprofit where it's like, oh, we're going to buy kids some plastic junky tambourines. That's not what music and youth is all about. They say we're going to get the Fender guitars. We're going to get the dope monitors. We're going to get the Novation launch key because TAETRO said it's his favorite MIDI controller. They pay attention. So I think I want to add some type of picked guitar or something. We're about 30 minutes away from doing a call-in show, by the way. So we'll say in maybe the next 10-ish minutes, we'll give away a couple more codes for Ableton Note. Thank you, peace and love. Electric guitars. I have too many screens to look at here, if I'm being honest. Rock plucks. What do we have here? Oh, why did I just try to do that in the dumbest? Probably make that. I don't love that sound, if I'm being honest. Bass guitar. Just stop already with these 2-hour-long, 24-hour streams. Holy shit. You know what, Athens? Go fuck yourself. We raised $10,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative, and you're a loser. You're a loser. I want to show the comment. Nobody knows what I'm talking about because it was hidden.
This Athens, has this person been a regular member of your channel?
No, I haven't seen him before.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either too. But remember, Athens, the first time that you showed up, you were asking us if we're really going on for 24 hours or not. You bet your bum we are. My God. How can you be so... how can you have nothing better to do than try to waste your time talking to us? We know we're actually doing good. And here's the thing. Yes, then you might think, okay, why? So since you say that, I'm wasting my time, why are you wasting my time, wasting your time replying to you? Because it's worth letting people know what much of a moron you are. Jesus Christ. I don't often go off like this, but wow, you have zero right to say any of this. My God. And if you think we're calling you out, we are, because some people some people think that they can say anything that they want to on the internet just because your face is covered. You don't even have your logo or your actual real face on your icon, and you think you can just say anything that you want and that we will not hold you accountable. Absolutely not. You deserve to be held accountable. Right?
No peace and love.
Why would we? Absolutely no peace and love. Because why would we give you any? You don't deserve any of it.
Bro, it's like you walked into a room of 100 people that are all partying and have a good time, and you're walking in like, yo, can you guys stop having a good time? Why do you want to be that person? You could have just walked in the room and had a good time with everybody.
And then now you're going to go sit on your own and be upset. Yeah, please go ahead and do that. We do not want you here. So please leave.
And please unsubscribe. You know what happens when you unsubscribe? I gain about 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers every month. My subscriber count will go up. You will unsubscribe and my subscriber count will go up. Bye. See you later, Athens.
Oh, did he threaten to unsubscribe?
No. I'm just saying,
okay,
please
cool.
go unsubscribe.
I'm not sure
you don't want to get the
is.
notifications for you don't want to see the live streams? Bye. See you later. All right. Peace and love.
So bizarre. Okay, anyway, I'm going back to grading my kids.
Doll trick popped off.
Yeah,
I liked when you said
last time. I don't get angry. Not even angry, but it's just that how much of a main character do you think you are?
And there's a sad reality behind that.
It is, right? And it's true because, honestly, no self-respecting person would put themselves in this kind of situation, right? I just received a comment just now. Someone commented on one of my Beatober videos and said, everyone is so gullible. This person is just miming. I was like, clearly this person didn't do their research about me at all. Clearly
And
this person doesn't care.
Comments like that,
I'm like,
knowing,
I was just so I replied to them and I kind of like, maybe they'll respond. If they do respond, I'll let y'all know how that goes. But it's just that people think I won't respond, or like we won't respond to those things. But you know what? It's like, sorry,
the miming comment specifically, because I have a video where people are like, oh, the keyboard's not even on.
Show that was so funny.
The thing about that is it would
Hilarious.
be just as much work, if not more, to like fake it than would you just actually do it. Like,
kinda
why would I
funny.
do the finger drumming performance in perfect sync with the music and not do the actual performance? Like, why? What's
For
the
sure.
disconnect?
Yeah.
The implication is like, oh, you're faking it because you can't like do it. But if what you're seeing is what's happening,
Yeah.
like,
I just think it's kind of funny. I mean, I'll also position it this way. It's like sometimes when people think that, oh, they say like you're faking it, they really clearly haven't done like any research on like anything
like, they
about
don't even know what
we
that
do,
means.
right? Yeah. It's kind of like an odd thing
It's
to
a
say.
mentality of like, I couldn't do this, so
Yeah.
how could possibly somebody else? Let's not bring the stream down.
Anyway, everyone's doing great. Thank you so much.
But your best line
yeah.
was like, I don't know if you think we're calling you out when we were like so clearly like
we are.
straight up calling him out.
Some people are dodos, so like
That's
I mean,
true.
I can't put it past anyone at this stage. If they're silly enough to be able to leave that kind of comment and think that they are in a position to do so, it's
amazing,
it's
amazing.
like anyway. Thanks everybody for your contributions this Beatober.
Peace out, Athens. I won't block you in chat because I think it'll be amusing if you pop back in. But we got this banger. Oh, I wanted to hit the space bar and have it come in. There we go. This is going somewhere, I promise. Before I was so rudely interrupted. Piccolo Black said, they said no peace and love. They said war and hate. Teach and Piccolo Black said war and hate, war and hate. Jeremiah Peterson with another $5 dono. We are smashing the $10. Smashing the $10. I'm not gonna be able to do what I'm imagining here. I can figure it out. I'll try a couple more. Not rhythms. Nice beat. Thank you. This beat was started in Ableton Note and is supposed to be a good example for you all about if you have access to like Ableton Live in your pocket, like our version of Ableton Live, I guess you could say. The notebook version of Ableton Live in your pocket. You start even the simplest beat and you can import it back into Ableton Live via the cloud. Kind of slowing it down. What we need is kind of more motion. So I think something like shakers and stuff are going to help. Piccolo Black said a little bit of distortion and stuff on the 808. I totally agree. I'm already blasting my drums with some saturation and stuff. And the 808 does have that snappiness on it, but I think you're right. This is a song where I don't want to hold back, or a track where I don't want to hold back on the grit and the grime, because why not? woo, and it could go wow. I don't know what that means. It's going woo. There's something to this melody, but it's got way too much reverb on it. It's also like a case of I'm doing more work because I didn't have like a concept in my head when I started the beat that we were working on. Like this kind of dark, trappy vibe was like my default is like, oh, let's make some you know, lo-fi chill stuff, so I get like a floaty flute sound. But then it's like, but you're not making that. That second melody is acceptable. I don't want it to come in on the one. Let's have it come in here. So I want to do a, oh, we got to save this to our computer, eh? 10:30A. October 30th, ladies and gentlemen. This beat is nice, but it's not there yet. I fucking hate contacts. I don't hate contacts, but with peace and love, I just want to be able to find the banks that I need to find. I'm looking for some type of flute. I like that everybody went for what was the opposite of peace and love. Y'all got there. That's gonna work. But I think the phrasing, we could probably come up with another phrase. Let me mute that for a second. like something like that, right? Dolltr is a role model for all ladies. Take no shit and stand up and be heard. That alone was worth all my donos tonight. Well, the kids too. I'm gonna say Dolltr is a role model not just for the ladies. Dolltr is a role model for the entire producer community for sure. Which is a harder community to get into for, it just so happens, for women. And people that are not white males with beards like me. Why do you think that is? You think we see toxic people in my chat? You should see people in Claire's comments, people in LNA's comments, people name any other female creator. So, yes, Claire is a role model for the ladies. Also, my gentlemen in the chat, you should be taking inspiration and looking up to producers of like all genders, people that don't just, not just people that look like you know? And my gentleman in the chat, it is also your job when you're in any of these other chats around the community, or when you're on a forum, when you're on Reddit and you see somebody acting up, you got to tell them that it's not cool. You got to make them feel like such the outsider that they're never going to say that shit again, or they're going to reform themselves, or they're going to, so that other people will also have the same courage, that kind of thing. To say stuff like that. Was that Dolltr or Claire, by the way? In chat, it's Dolltr. You can see that it's Dolltr. Most people aren't anti-Semitic, but I've had my share of lies thrown at me by here and there by people with debunked claims. It's like, the thing is, like, rhetorical stuff, like whether it's anti-Semitic, whether it's racist, whether it's sexist, so much of it is like baked into our society. And even like when I was younger, like stuff that is like a joke, that or considered a joke, or considered like a comedy, that maybe we laughed at when we were in middle school, but then we like kind of grew up and we're like, wait, that's kind of fucked up. Some people never had that moment. So some people like live on in that like mentality of these are just jokes, bro. But it's not just a joke if the producer community is like a more difficult place for women, for instance. And that means like sexist comments, sexist quote unquote jokes are not jokes, because the reality of it is it's true. If you wanted to like make fun of me about like something that wasn't true, then yes, it's a joke because it's not true. If you tell sexist jokes in a society where women are marginalized, if you tell racist jokes in a society where people of non-white races are marginalized, if you tell jokes about people of, any other culture that is marginalized other than European white settlers, it's not a joke. It's the reality. And the only real instance where it can be sort of justified is when it's if a person making that joke is one that is reclaiming it. If a person of color, or a woman wants to reclaim this stuff and make a joke in light of their own situation, or like for the purpose of sarcasm, like that's a point where it's appropriate. But if you are part of, you may not feel like you're an oppressor, but if you are part of the oppressor class, or the part of a privileged class, at least, like I am part of a privileged class, things are 100 times easier for me. What don't you understand? It's not something I take lightly. That's why we have the importance of community here. That's why I pop off on dumbasses in this chat. Which there are not many, but when there are, you see me pop off. And I'm talking to a room that gets it, but I'm hoping I'm also talking to a room of people that maybe next time when they see some shit on a forum, when they see some shit in a chat, where they go to a workshop or something and they see somebody talking shit or they hear somebody make a joke, even if everybody else in the room is laughing, you can say, yo, that's kind of fucked up. And it's not always easy. And I'm not going to say that I have always, when I have been in the position to speak up, have always spoken up, because it's not easy and we're not all perfect.
I haven't even.
Well,
I've been too afraid to do it.
yes. Well, yeah. Yes. And it's especially harder for the oppressed person or the marginalized person to speak up anyway, so, and stand up for themselves. A lot of people who hate mornings. Last night there was no assets in here. It's just, we've been live for 24 hours. So if we're live for 2 hours, we're only going to see a certain percentage of people, a certain pool of people. If we're live for 24 hours, it increases that pool times 12. So naturally the percentage of asshats is a higher percentage because we're casting a wider net. Do you ever sleep, sir? Heck no, this is a 24-hour live stream. Asshat stats. That's right. There's so many. That's so funny. We had asshat stats and ass clown ratio come in at like the exact same time, and they got held for review. And we shouldn't always expect the marginalized person to have to say something. Exactly. Not always expect them to say something. We shouldn't expect them to have to say anything. I'm getting sleepy now. I don't want to hear it. I'm being oppressed by the fact that I chose to do a 24-hour live stream and nobody feels bad for me. Chat is my oppressor. A bat entered my room, had to run away. That happened to me once in my first apartment. I was sitting at my little kitchen table in my first apartment, and I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye in my ceiling. And I thought nothing of it. And then eventually I went to my couch. I was playing video games, and this bat swooped straight in front of my face, like a cross between me and the TV. Whew. And then just kind of stood in the corner. And I just called my dad, and I was like, there is a bat in my apartment. What do I do? And you just have to leave the door open and kind of get it to fly out. So it had to have flown in as I was walking in the door. Crazy. Now, I think the tip, if you're going to open one of these Ableton Note sessions, to just be all over the place in what we're talking about in subject matter all at once, is to not open it as its own project necessarily, because as you can see, I opened this as its own standalone Ableton live set. So it didn't have return tracks in it. It doesn't have my normal default stuff, which would just be easier to access if I had instead dragged the live set in like this, into an existing set, or just opened up my template set and dragged it in like this, instead of just double clicking on it, opening it as a project, which I don't know if people know that you can do that, but this is another project, right? But I can drag it in as a live set, I can drag it in as a live set into this other live set. Is that how you would say it?
That's right.
Yeah. And you can just drop them into each other. How do I feel about BandLab? I feel great about BandLab, and there's some cross functionality here between Note and BandLab, especially with the sampler functionality and like kind of like playing and looping live. However, that is Note is not, even though they have crossover features, not the same at all. BandLab full mobile DAW, open it in your web browser, open it in Android, open it on your iPhone, etc. Ableton Note, absolutely not trying to be a full DAW. Absolutely just trying to be a musical notepad that you can fit in your pocket, that you're supposed to get ideas out into and then finish over on the computer on a separate application. All right, we don't have time for me to finish this beat because we're going to get ready to go into the call-in. But we're going to do an Ableton Note app giveaway. One last one before we leave this stream. And then we're going to do one at the top of the call-in stream because I want to spice it up for you all. I want to drag you all over to the call-in stream. And I want you all, as we're doing this, no excuses, download the freaking Zoom app. Call into my show. I'm not sitting here with an empty waiting room. If you don't already have the Zoom button waiting, I will share the link when we get there. You must call into my show. What did I say I was going to do? I need Nightbot for this. I got to do the giveaway first. By the way, that whole last beat, I'm just ripping off Pink Venom, basically. So you can go listen to that and be like, oh, I get it now. Nightbot. Okay, you want to win an Ableton Note license. I bet some of you do. Ableton Note code. If you got an iOS device like an iPhone or an iPad, you are eligible to win this as long as you're in chat and spamming. So in 3, 2, 1, you can start spamming. Throw it away, forget yesterday. I'm ahead of Emily. Great escape. Spam the chat. Spam it loud. Not the best view. This is better. Spam that chat. I'm going to run this until 11:58 because the stream's on a slight delay, so I always get worried that people aren't tuning in on time. We have surpassed our $10,000 fundraising goal. So thank you all so much for that. Round of applause for you all. Beattober.com/donate. I will also say that if you do want a piece of Beattober merch, any merch that says Beattober on it, that includes this hat, that includes this hoodie, is going away after tomorrow. So if you want something to commemorate Beattober 2022, this merch goes away. Part of the fun of it is it's exclusive just for, if you had to be there, basically, that kind of vibe. And I'm going to say this now because we've surpassed our fundraising goal. But next year, I have to really rethink about how to do merch because I wanted to keep the merch affordable this year. But I will say, merch, by far, the lowest profit margin of anything available for contributing to the Beattober cause. Meaning, like, some of you, if you pay like $50 for a hoodie, maybe I'll get less than $3 from that sometimes, depending on where people are, because there's certain fees in different countries, extra taxes, extra whatever. Yes, and I didn't really realize it before doing it. The margins are low unless it's like a very easy like place to ship to, like a US address, and even sometimes not. So my point is, like, somebody's like paying $50 for a hoodie, that's their contribution to the cause, right? But it doesn't go as far as $50. You know what I mean? But I'm happy we passed the goal, so nobody who bought merch should like feel bad or anything or whatever at all. I'm gonna make it work better next year and just think about it a bit better. But everybody who won merch got their merch, no worries. And we hit our fundraising goal regardless. So hey, it's 11:58, which means I got to roll this dice. If you got an iOS, if you win this, you need to, in the moment I hit the roll it button, type your Instagram handle into chat. If you're the winner, that is, of course, right? And you have to have an iOS device. So 3, 2, 1, roll it. Work with me. Milkim. Wow. Has Nightbot always said who wins the giveaway in chat? I feel like Nightbot used to do that, but I haven't seen them do it in a while. Nightbot used to do that back in the day. Milkim. I thought that was a Chihuahua, but now I'm seeing that it's a meerkat. So Milkim. Don't type F in the chat. Please don't type F in the chat. That means the stream's crashing, and the stream is not crashing. Oh, I see. You're typing a word. Okay, fine. I need to give you my Insta. That is correct, and I'm gonna DM you right now as a reminder to myself. Milk 'em. See, that's what I think it's supposed to be. Milk, like somebody milk 'em. Tev, I'm about to time you out, but I think you're just watching behind. So we're going to give you a second to catch up. But if you keep spamming, I am about to make sure you're catching up to the stream. Okay, thank you. Got your Instagram handle. About to message you right now, which is a little reminder for myself. So when I get some downtime later, I will send you your Ableton Note code. Tev, take a little time out. You're behind and you're still spamming, my friend. I'm sorry. Messaging you. Oh, I literally type in the verbatim handle and it's not the first thing that pops up, which is so obnoxious. M1. Okay, that's you. Twitter. Was it on Twitter and on Instagram? Oh, like exclusively on the computer? Congrats on the Ableton Note win. Yeah, my friends, hold tight, be patient. We got a call-in show to jump to. So I'll try to get you these codes ASAP by the end of the day. If it's tomorrow, I'm sorry. If I can do it by the end of the day, I will. But nonetheless, we are jumping to the next show, which is the call-in show. I'm going to share the Zoom link once we get over there. You will be automatically redirected from this stream to that stream. Just make sure you click on the little pop-up that pops up when this stream ends. I put the thank you screen up for a couple minutes, so don't get itchy thumbs and jump to something that you don't need to jump to. And we're going to go right to that call-in stream. So if you have trouble finding it or if you don't get redirected, just go to the channel page and it will be there. I promise. So I'm putting the thank you screen up. I'll meet you guys over at the next stream. Whoa, oh, there you are. Wow. When you do that, it looks like you have like abnormally large arms. What's happening? I don't know. Do you have abnormally like long arms? Okay. We'll see you all in 1 minute.